Hi, good afternoon to all. Hope you are wherever you are safe. You're doing well. You're happy, and hopefully we are all waiting for colleges and universities to reopen on 16th of November, right? So on this very bright and hopeful occasion, uh, I have managed time to shoot my next YouTube video, and this video is not going to be uh, on uh, on any literary text of syllabus, or not on anything that I have been teaching in colleges and doing work for my PhD. But this video would be indirectly related to what I have been researching on. Something that I have always been interested, something that I think is a very important part of cultural studies. So what is that? That video is on a very uh, popular trailer that has been dropped in YouTube the day before. It is called uh, Tadap, and the movie's name is Tadap, and it has been dropped on YouTube by Foxstar Hindi. So I will be showing you this video first of a movie called Tadap. Ahan Shetty and Tara Sutaria have been cast in that movie, and after I show this trailer of Tadap, I will be starting to deconstruct that video along the lines of what Derrida calls, or Jacques Derrida calls, Il n'y a pas de hors texte. There is no outside text. The texts are always already inclusive. There is nothing called outside text. So even the trailer of Taraf is not outside the syllabus, is not outside the academia. Popular culture, mass culture deserve much more academic focus and attention than it is being given of late by academics and scholars and intellectuals. Anyway, without wasting any more time, let's watch and enjoy the trailer of a new release, Bollywood blockbuster called Tadap. Okay, so there I go. Okay, this is the
तुम्हारे सामने क्यों तोड़ा मैं गुठली को खुरक थी मिटा दी
जो दिख नहीं रहा है वो बता, जो आज तक दिल में रखा है वो बोलो। मुझे उस निशाना को जानना है जिसे कोई नहीं जानता।
So I would freeze there for a minute, and I would like you to understand how the music and the entire screenplay changes as soon as the girl is introduced. So there is a word that I have been using a lot in my researches these days. The word is Angromance. What does that mean? That is a portmanteau word of angry and romance. This is a portmanteau word of angry and romance. Now the word Angromance is applied to male, the perfect ideal male. Who are perfect ideal male? The men who have only two emotions. The perfect male, the ideal male, have only two emotions. Either they are allowed to be angry or horny. So if they are angry, they are angry. And if they are not angry, then they must be horny. So if you are a perfect male, then you are only allowed two emotions. Either you become very angry, okay, because you are not getting your love, and whenever you get your love, you become romantic. So the word that should explain masculinity is the word angromantic, angry and romantic. So Ahan Shetty was very angry because he was not getting his entitlement, the girl that he wants. So he was very angry. And now when he was not getting his girl, he was angry. But as soon as he gets his girl, but he remembered the period when he was getting his girl, he was very romantic. Okay, so the trailer will shift between anger and romance, because angromance is the word that defines masculinity, because men are only allowed to be either angry or romantic. Okay, হয় আপনি প্রেম করবেন রোম্যান্টিক্যালি, আপনি পুরুষ, আর না হলে আপনি রেগে যাবেন বিকজ আপনি পুরুষ। আর রেগে যাওয়া আর প্রেমে পড়া ছাড়া আপনার কোনো কাজ নেই বিকজ আপনি পুরুষ। সো মেন আর ইদার অ্যাংরি অর রোম্যান্টিক, অর ইন মাই ওয়ার্ডস মেন আর ইদার অ্যাংরি অর হর্নি। হ্যাঁ, সো অ্যাংরোম্যান্স। সো লেটস কন্টিনিউ এনজয়িং দিস।
बिना किसी को जाने समझे डिफिकल्ट है बट नॉट इम्पॉसिबल।
मुंह नहीं खोलोगे तो पता कैसे चलेगा?
मोहब्बत में यूं हद को पार किया।
अच्छा हुआ तुमने बुला लिया, मैं तड़प रहा था तुमसे मिलने के लिए।
क्यों?
क्या इलाज करवाना था?
और बीमारी क्या है?
तुम।
Okay, I have to stop here. So when when Tadap asked Ahan Shetty that why have you come to me? So Ahan Shetty said that I want to get myself treated. I want to get myself medically attended to. And what what does that mean? That means that uh, she is the doctor, right? She is the doctor who can treat Ahan Shetty, right? So fantastic. So all women are the doctors, or male are the patients. But very interestingly, in the next sequence, say that what is the bimari? That means what is the illness? What is the ailment? And then he said that you are the disease. Congratulations. Clap, clap, clap. So wake up, feminists. So women have been called in popular culture a disease. And the lover, the male lover, has been infected by the disease called a girl. Congratulations.
किसने?
तुमसे भी ज्यादा तुमसे प्यार किया।
डैडी, मेरा स्टेज सिंगर नहीं रहा।
2 बार मिला है तुझसे और शादी का मंडप भी सजा लिया।
कौन सा लेवल क्लियर किया?
सेक्स हो गया?
Okay, 2 points. Then someone was asking Ahan Shetty that how far have you proceeded with your love affair? Did you have sex with Tara Sutaria? Okay, so this is a very important question. And recently I presented a paper in I think in what's that, in the University of Rome and in collaboration with Mednipur College, where I was talking about a serious hate story that is developing between promiscuity and patriarchy. Patriarchy does not like promiscuity. Why does patriarchy not like promiscuity? Because patriarchy likes everything neat and clean. But then all fascists, all Nazi, they love everything that is fascist, that is clean, and that is swachh, and that is absolutely pure. So therefore, interestingly, what is very significant is that sex before marriage is a very important interrogation. So you cannot. So the thing is that a man can have sex only with a person who marries. Next, a woman can have sex with a man that she is married, but men are supposed to be more demanding in sex. Women are not supposed to be so much demanding in sex because men enjoy sex. You see that? We talked about that the ideal masculinity is someone who rides and thrives and enjoys sex. But women are not supposed to enjoy sex, women suffer sex. Okay? So the whole concept, whether they had sex before marriage or not, it's a very big mudda in popular culture, because popular culture is something that absolutely idealizes patriarchy. And one more thing that is even more interesting. Okay, I'll come back to this later. Let me watch the trailer a little bit more, then we can continue talking about this.
मेरा बेटा हीरो था और वह हीरो ही रहेगा। क्या हुआ अगर वक्त ने उसे विलन बना दिया तो?
मोहब्बत मजहब हो गई है मेरे लिए। अब हाथ जोड़ो या उठाओ, फर्क नहीं पड़ता। प्यार की धड़क बेटी ने सुनी थी, प्यार की तड़प बाप झेलेगा।
तुमसे प्यार किया।
Okay, we are done with Tadap. This was the trailer, but it reminds me of a very famous poem by Andrew Macmillan. And what's the name of the poem? The name of the poem is "What Men Can Take." Okay, in that poem, Andrew Macmillan is saying that all men want their hands and fingers to be bigger and longer and wider. All men, all hegemonic men want their fingers to be wider, longer, and bigger and bigger and bigger, so that they can grab everything, so that they can hold on to everything, so that they can sort of make everything their entitlement. Why? Because men are gendered inheritor of entitlement. So if you are a man, then you can grab anything and justify your masculinity. So there was a dialogue that मेरा तरफ मेरा तेरा बेटी सुनी थी and धड़क तेरा बाप सुनेगा. So the idea is that my heartbeat was felt by your daughter, and now my anger or my wrath would be felt by her father. Now, therefore, it vindicates the old theory that if you are a man, then you are not allowed any other emotion. And you are not allowed any other emotion, you are only allowed two emotions, that is anger and love. You remember Tere Naam, Salman Khan? In Tere Naam in Salman Khan, he was very sad because he didn't have Bhumika Chawla. Tum Hi Aana, you remember that Tara Sutaria and I think that other one, Siddhartha Malhotra. Tum Hi Aana. So you remember that he was very upset, disappointed because he didn't get the girl that he wanted to have. So now in Ahan Shetty is very disturbed because Ahan Shetty is not getting the girl that he wanted, Tara Sutaria. So, so what is the problem? The problem is that men are groomed and as a gender and taught and nurtured and nourished in a way that they will have hands, they will have fingers, and they will grab everything. If a girl goes by the streets, they will tease her. If they want, they will grab it. If they don't get it, they will fight it. Okay, they become violent. So they are entitled to everything. Remember, Priti Meri Bandi Hai, Kabir Singh. So Kabir Singh was very angry because his entitlement to the object called Priti was not sanctioned. So the beard and everything, the bekhayali, the violence against housemates and everything came out. But once he got the love that he felt he deserved, that is Priti, Kiara Advani, then automatically Shahid Kapoor became very happy, and then he shaved himself clean and wore pajama Punjabi and become a very cute Shahid Kapoor of Ishq Vishq that we know him to be, right? So we know him to be because now he is no longer angry. Now he is no longer angry. Why is he no longer angry? Shahid Kapoor is no longer angry because Shahid Kapoor has addressed his entitlement. That is, he has got the girl that he had always wanted. So if men find the object that they desire, then they are very happy, then they become romantic. And then the musical, beautiful romantic song begins and continues. Fantastic. But what if men don't get the object that they desire, that they fantasize, or that they fall in love with? Then they become angry. So if you are a man, and sir, why do you think so that men are not allowed any other emotion, anger, angry and horny? Because no other emotion is allowed for men. Because if you hurt me, I am a man, then I cannot cry. Because मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, right? मर्द को कभी भी दर्द नहीं होता. So men don't get hurt. See, I remember a poster by Saif Ali Khan. I think the movie had Kareena Kapoor in that movie. I've forgotten that name of that movie. I mean, I'd be very happy if someone mentions the name of the movie in the chat box or in the comment box in YouTube. The movie had Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor. It was on Islamophobia and terrorism. And I remember that in that movie, Saif Ali Khan was shot all over his body, bullets, and Kareena Kapoor was standing next to him. And since men are gas, since men are invisible gender, so what men can do? Men can get shot by plenty of bullets and still stand. And since men are gas and invisible gender, so they can ride bike without helmets and still survive, right? So since men are gas, they can jump from a 200-story building and still save the girlfriend. Okay, since men are not men are King Kong, and women are the beauty. So see the love story between Ahana Shetty and Tara Sutaria, the love in Tadap, or the love story between Tum Hi Aana and Tara Sutaria and Siddharth Malhotra, the love story between Tere Naam Salman Khan and Bhumika Chawla. It's a love story between Beauty and the Beast. Beauty is a Barbie. Beauty is a damsel in distress, right? And the boyfriend, the lover boy, is the King Kong, is the beast. So Tara Sutaria is a damsel in distress who doesn't know what to do, and a King Kong, a bull or ox, comes along and saves her. And when he fails to save her, when he fails to grab her, he becomes angry because his masculinity is disturbed. And why is masculinity is disturbed? Because his sense of entitlement to all women as objects is not negotiated. আমি পুরুষ, আমি যেটা চাই আমি সেটা পাবো, যখনই আমি পেয়ে যাই I become romantic, horny. But whenever I don't get the fantasy that I dream of, be it a girl or a car or whatever, then I don't accept that, because my masculinity has taught me that you will always get whatever you want since you are a boy, you are a man. So then I become angry. So I will end this lecture on very 3 points. Main sense of entitlement, that is to say, as Macmillan said, men have big fingers, so men always want to grab cars, toys, things, women, and if they get that they dream of grabbing, then they feel happy and romantic. Like the cute Shahid Kapoor at the end of clean shaven, pajama Punjabi clad Shahid Kapoor at the end of Kabir Singh. But whenever men don't get what they are entitled to, what they feel like grabbing or holding on to, प्रीति मेरी बंदी है, then they become बेख्याली पे ख्याल आता है of Shahid Kapoor, then they become angry and romantic Salman Khan in Tere Naam, and then they become angry and horny Ahan Shetty or Siddharth Malhotra, be it in Tum Hi Aana or in Tadap. So on this very note, which is neither angry nor horny, which is not at all angromantic, I would conclude this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed the trailer, and hopefully next time, be you are a man or woman, be very careful about the gender that you are performing, because the gender that you are performing is not your performance, is the performance that patriarchy has asymptomatically interpolated you into. And that's why women almost become the objects and commodities which men feel almost entitled to. And whenever men don't get the object that men want, be it a girlfriend or car or money or job, then men drink, men chew gutka, men do drugs, men become violent, men kill, men beat, male becomes aggressive, because not because they are heartbroken, but because their masculine sense of entitlement is not patriarchally negotiated. That comes right out of the screw of asymptomatic patriarchy of masculinity. Thank you. I promised in my Facebook page that while sharing the Tadap trailer in my FB page, I promise that I will be doing a masculinity studies reading on this trailer of Tadap. And this is Brother Subramandal, hopefully being able to live up to your expectation and keep up my promise of shooting a video in which I will be reading masculinity studies on Tadap. Thank you, and see you very soon, and be very careful about the asymptomatic gender that you proudly perform. Thank you.